Hi, invisible people, welcome. Thanks for joining us, and our live cast is going now. Thank you all who are joining in. And for those of you who are on YouTube, thanks for joining us on this week's rendition of the WREP cast. I'm your host, Load Failure 404, the man. I think man, across Skype for me once again is Lucian Barrows. And Lucian, I found out something this week.
And what might that be, my good man? Thought thingy?
I found out I am crazy.
Yeah, swell.
No, seriously, I got papers right here, guys. Right here, these
papers for that.
These are certified documents that. Oh.
The proper document.
Oh wait, no. No, these aren't those papers.
And what are those papers?
Oh no. I think they're still kind of crazy papers, but they're a different type of crazy papers.
Well, don't read the audience hanging by the seat of thumbs. Do tell us what's going on.
These papers say that we own a company.
Hey, how about that shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, invisible people to the
company.
Weak Rogue Entertainment Company.
And we are here to do stuff with the things and the
more stuff and things and stuff.
Entertainment stuff.
Yeah. Which means that, which means that we can get more better equipment maybe, and things like that. And, it'd kind of be nice because I kind of like tax write-offs and things like that. And,
Don't we all?
Yes. And I don't know. Do we want to reveal our true identities, or do we just want to leave the great invisible people hanging?
Let's leave them hanging.
Okay.
Like they will leave us hanging someday once they catch us.
Hey, no. They'll catch you, not me. I'm gonna throw Wiggles here, and she's gonna do incredible ninja moves in the air.
Yeah, then I have to catch her. And then I just trip you when we run.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, we could go with that.
Or just remotely shut you down and let the crowd have at you thinking that you're still conscious but not knowing any better. Whatever works.
Dude, no.
Anyway, something I should probably make note of. I am on going on 25 hours of being up now. And even I could have given more of an energetic introduction than that.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious, I can do better. But getting to announce that we're a company is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on. I thought that was a clever way to introduce us.
Not bad. See, that's what we really consider big news in entertainment, is that we are now a company, an entertainment company.
Yes.
And we're the new big news.
Yes, we are.
Or something like that.
I guess.
Are we the little guys?
Which means that, if we go to CES, or something like that, we could get free stuff.
Dragon Con.
Yeah, fun stuff like that.
The fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be fun, man. It'd be fun. Okay, let's get this ball rolling because, like I said, up for 24 hours and cannot guarantee I'll stay through the entire cast tonight. Because as you know and I know, I was falling asleep while we were talking on Skype in the first place before we started recording.
Yeah, I know.
So, consciousness is not a constant at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's get this proverbial cube rolling, and let's start with entertainment. Really don't have a lot. Let's see here in ways of entertainment. Well, I mean, yeah, we're going to get the entertainment news because of our company, so. This should mean that we should be able to start putting together the Fox series. Sometime this week I'm going to sit down and try to start writing some scripts for it and see where I can get with that. Maybe, source with the people and see what they think and all that. And obviously you're going to see them. Number 4 is going to see them. Number 9 might see them. Oh, that's another thing. Since this is still part of entertainment, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to number 9, whose birthday was the other day.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, number 9. I know you'll see us soon.
Yeah, I promise to shout out. So happy birthday, man. Thingy, dude.
Experiment.
It's entertaining. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a start on the thoughts videos. I'm looking into more up-to-date video camera for several reasons. I'm trying to get my hands on something like that, and maybe we can really start doing something within. Hopefully, the next month we can start getting videos up for it.
Well, yeah.
That'd be nice. But it's gonna take a little bit of work, and we're not gonna have a fancy set or nothing like that at first, but I have plans that will hopefully be able to use eventually. I figure we can clean a corner of my basement and turn it into the set for it. It'd be neat. But
That'd be fun.
Actually, one of the big things in entertainment news right now is it involves wrestling. Actually, the WWE is a year or two ago they were talking about actually starting their own network, which is for a wrestling organization that's a pretty big thing, having your own network.
Well, yeah.
Your content 24/7. As far as it being an actual network, those plans got changed. Now it's turned into basically it's going to be one big app for things like you can get on your phone and on your Xbox, on other things like that. It's pretty much like Netflix, but all wrestling.
Really?
Everything owned by the WWE will be up for streaming and all that stuff. But the big thing, the pay-per-views. There's usually 12 pay-per-views a year.
Right.
One per month. Now, the thing about that is those pay-per-views cost upwards of $60, $70. You see, like, the price keeps going up every year for the big one, WrestleMania.
Right.
But here's the neat thing. The WWE Network app, it's only going to be $10 a month. And you get everything within that $10 a month, including the pay-per-views. No extra cost or anything like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You get everything in their library. You get events like the pay-per-views, live streamed, and all that, and probably some other events. There's going to be new like reality series kind of things and stuff like that should be pretty interesting. So overall, it's been considered a really big step for media in general, for a company like that, that already has its own standard and exists in its own way, to have enough content and still be putting out new content.
Well, yeah.
To be able to make their own big system like this. So it's been pretty big news the past couple weeks now. They made a big announcement over in Vegas about it last week, I think it was. So it's pretty cool. As a wrestling fan, I'm looking forward to it. Especially that $10 a month thing. That's going to be great. So you got all the pay-per-views then, so it'll be nice.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people will jump on that.
I mean, for all the people that don't like wrestling, that's fine. I'm concerned with it. But there's millions and millions and millions, and probably really a couple billion people around the world that actually enjoy wrestling. One way or another, whether you want to call it fake or scripted, or whether you believe it's real. Which is not, in a sense, but I'm not getting into that semantics. Nevertheless, it's a big step for entertainment in general. It's an even bigger step for WWE. And it's a huge-ass step for WWE fans. wrestling fans in general, really, because WWE owns older companies such as WCW and ECW. So that means that by owning those companies, they own their rights, which means that they can put the old content from those two old separate organizations up there as well. So we have thousands of hours. I mean,
Oh, wow.
WWE's Monday Night Raw has gone over 1,000 episodes now.
Really?
Yeah, Friday Night SmackDown is somewhere over 500 episodes now. Actually, it's Monday Night Raw that has been considered the longest running episodic television series in the history of television.
Hmm.
It's been going for years and years. So, ever since I was a little kid. So, actually, I think they broke 3,000 episodes already.
Wow.
It's hard to keep track of that shit sometimes.
Oh, I bet.
But, nevertheless, I'll try to make sure I have the proper facts on that next week or something. But the sad fact of the matter is, though, is that when it comes to wrestling, you get those people that you can become really big fans of, no matter what generation they're from. And so this is something we'll talk about. A legendary female wrestler passed away this past week. She was, I think, in her mid to late 90s, and she's still getting the ring. I'm pretty sure
Wow.
she's not exactly right in the head by this point in time, but
I'm sure
but
not.
when she made an appearance on Raw or SmackDown or anything like that, she was a hoot to watch. She loved the business. It was in her blood through and through, and so yeah, she was always a blast just to watch when she made her appearances. So I think the WWE universe, as we're called, we are gonna miss her. And she was her name was Mae Young, and I don't know if she ever became the women's champion or not off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But she had been wrestling for so many years. I want to say since she was probably in her 20s up until her 90s, man. She'd still get in the ring, take the bumps and shit like that from time to time, depending on the skit called for or whatever you want to call it. Whatever it called for, she'd do it.
Wow.
And, God bless her for getting out there for the fans as much as she did.
That's crazy, dude.
It is, man. That's the thing about wrestling and wrestlers is once it's in your blood, it is in your blood. It ain't leaving. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So, what other entertainment news? This is tech and entertainment, I think, really. I heard that Microsoft's Cortana that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
I heard that Cortana is actually going to be voiced by the actual lady who does the voice for Cortana in the games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who was also going to voice for one of the seasons of Red vs. Blue from Rooster Teeth, too.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I think that should be pretty cool when that comes.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be going on to my computers when it comes out.
Oh yeah, actually I do have a couple more pieces of movie news. Let's see, it looks like the third installment of the National Treasure series has been announced.
Ooh boy.
Yeah. Obviously, Nicolas Cage is already rumored to be in it, but they don't have an official listing for the cast yet because it's only been announced. That's it, according to IMDb. Now, here's the one that interests me. Okay, as a Christian, you know of the Left Behind book series, right?
Yeah.
You've probably read them.
I actually have not.
That's actually what's surprising. Well, I know my aunt. She has read them all. My brother's read all them, I think. Made 3 movies for the series with starred Kirk Cameron other people whose names escape me at the moment.
Yeah, that's only one I could think of.
Yeah. Uh, the movies were interesting in their own rights, but they're never grade A kind of stuff, I guess you'd say.
Right.
Well, here's where it gets interesting. They're actually going to, at the very least, the first one is going to be remade and put out sometime. Oh, here it is. It says it should be out by June 19th, at least in the Netherlands. Go figure. By June 19th this year.
Wow.
Now, the heaviness of this being remade is one thing, but what really adds to it
Yeah.
is that one of the main characters in the movies is now being played by Nicolas Cage.
Nice.
It's like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive, you know? So,
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, I figured that'd be something worth mentioning. There's, yeah, I really don't know in the way the other people that are in that are going to be in the movie at the moment. I haven't kind of looked at the list here, and it's like, let's see here. This one, her name sounds familiar, but I don't really know anything she's done. So yeah, it's pretty cool, you know.
Well, yeah.
That's gonna be a neat thing. Now, again, it's not one of those things I'll probably go see in theaters, but you know, I
Yeah.
figure
Afterwards, you know.
Watch it. Even though I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan and all that, it's kind of, I'm not one for the preachy, religious-esque movies. Though I did actually enjoy the original three Left Behind movies with Kirk Cameron. I thought they were pretty well done, even though apparently they didn't follow the books completely.
True.
But if they did, like half the main characters would have been dead by the end of the first one. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's not good cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else
Nice.
is there? I know there's something I'm forgetting here. Well, you know what? If I think of it, I'll say something. If I just
Okay.
don't want. I know there's something in the way of entertainment that you wanted to talk about, a movie or something.
Yeah, Friday, actually, I wound up going to see Jack Ryan with Chris Pine. Good
Right.
movie. Good movie. There wasn't hardly a moment without some type of action or something to grip your attention, you know.
Right.
And like at first it was kind of slow-ish, but it kind of like when I say in the beginning, I mean like probably the first 5 minutes maybe.
Right.
No, 3 minutes. Cause yeah, it's if you've not seen it, I'd say go see it. If you don't know the backstory to what Jack Ryan is, it's a series of books. Harrison Ford actually played in all the movies, like oh my gosh, I can't even think of the movies. The one where I know what it was. Air Force One.
Great.
Patriot Games. There was a couple others that he played in, but those were all based off of books, and apparently the same character, or somehow they all interrelated. Quite honestly, I've never read the books. I only know from what I've read about how they interconnect and things, and that this movie is just one in many of the series. It's apparently a book, so you know. But I seen a preview. It's kind of funny that you were talking about Left Behind series, because I actually seen that they are making a movie called Noah and it's about the Ark.
Huh.
And if somebody was just telling me this and I hadn't actually seen the preview of what it actually was supposed to be, I would have just been like, weird. How are they gonna do that? But they actually, it looks kind of well thought out. It looks like there's going to be a lot of action, a lot of drama.
Right on.
So that if you guys have not heard of this movie or seen a trailer, look it up on YouTube.
YouTube, IMDb, they probably got it there too. So.
Yeah. Let me think. What else here?
I got one that'll interest you.
Oh, okay.
You know that one Tom Cruise movie we watched at your place, Jack Reacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually coming out with a sequel to that.
Nice.
It's there's nothing real official about it except that it's just been announced, and obviously Tom Cruise is going to be in it. They've also announced a Top Gun 2 movie.
Oh,
Tom Cruise in the first one. And announced Mission Impossible 5. We've got the Edge of Tomorrow movie coming out.
Oh my gosh. They're doing Mission Impossible 5. I went and see.
After a point, Tom Cruise actually got his hands on the rights to the series. So.
Oh, good.
So I mean, no, like I watched the Ghost Protocol sometime this past year, and I actually liked it. And I think, I think he started doing them by number 3, probably, or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly. But yeah, it was pretty good. The Ed Tomorrow movie looks like it'll be good. It's in post-production right now.
Yeah. Well.
Seems interesting.
Well, what was it?
What else is there that's supposed to be coming out? I know I've gone over some. We've got a shit ton of Marvel movies coming out this year.
I know.
Already,
I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready.
Yeah. I think Guardians of the Galaxy should be out after the year.
Really?
Cool.
That'll be great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm not well versed in the Guardians of the Galaxy lore or anything like that. I just know that they belong in the Marvel universe. That's
right.
So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it because there's some great actors and actresses in there, and so it should be really neat actually to see.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and way of entertainment. That's pretty much it. I mean,
yeah, I know.
January's not known exactly for the fastest paced video game releases and shit like that.
Right.
So, yeah. Because nobody cares after Christmas.
Oh yeah. Speaking of video games and tech, one thing that CES kind of company released at CES. I mean, it's a modular computer. So like you know how you want a new graphics card. Well, you gotta open it up. You gotta take it out. Blah blah blah. Well, apparently now with this company, what they did was they just made it to where you just pop the part out and plug a new module in. I being in the profession of computing for 20 some years, I don't see a difference. I mean, unless they're going to be like, oh yeah, and we include a solid state module that actually has the drivers. Okay, then you have my attention. It's a good idea, but like servers, like Dell started doing this years ago, was servers that allowed you to unplug boards while still powered.
Right.
Okay, well, Dell's had that technology for years, but apparently this company decided to take that technology and bring it into the home, which is pretty cool for, to help with people who are like, this is a cool machine, it just needs this, and, but
Right.
I don't know, I have mixed emotions, because then it's like, but you're taking away from me, that you're taking away from my livelihood.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely understand that being a problem. Let's see. Oh, actually, there is a little bit about video games. I know I keep talking about wanting to do a Minecraft Let's Play.
Yeah.
Right now, my computer is kind of fritzy for whatever reason, mostly with anything involving Java.
Oh no.
Memory or anything like that. I might need your help looking at it sometime. So, and then after that, if we get it figured out or reformatted or whatever has to be done, then we might finally be able to sit down and actually start doing a bit of a Let's Play. There's a lot of mods that have come out that have updated recently, so we might end up restarting the server anyway, because I don't know if updating some of the mods will break the world or not completely, so it's up in the air. But I'm not
break the world, break the world.
I'm not going to put any new or updated mods on the server until I can actually play on it. It went from my items in hand disappearing to now entire blocks that are already in the world are disappearing.
Oh wow.
So when I'm in the game on that pack, I just kind of look down and see this massive never-ending void below me. Even though I'm not falling into it, it's what I see, and it's not exactly easy to get shit done that way. So
I bet not.
Yeah, I've been kind of putzing around with a bunch of other mods on a single player pack that I've been making, just out of curiosity for some of the lesser known mods. Which in which case I still want to do a single player one, but as long as Java or whatever is screwed up, I'm not going to be able to do any real recording for it. So it's kind of that's still kind of up in the air. I still want to do it if I want to be able to live stream it. Still want to record a single one and a multiplayer one. I think it'd be fun. So
sweet.
One of these days, I swear on somebody's grave. I don't know who. I'll pick one at random next time we go to the graveyard. I swear on somebody's grave that I will do everything in my power to try to get the issue fixed and try to do something about it, and then be able to start recording. And then it's a matter of finding a good recording program. But
true. Hey,
semantics.
Can I plug this real quick? For our live stream viewers, I was not able to get the chat functional on Ustream and whatever. So if you wanna chat with us and all that, what you do is you register on our website, okay, and then you go back in and you just leave a comment. And we'll. It's first come, first served basis, and I'll answer questions, or if you just want to say hi, that's fine. I won't read it on the air. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
And if you're too shy, or you just don't feel like taking the time to go through all that, even though it's not really that much, you shouldn't be that lazy, but still, even if you don't feel like taking the time to go through all that, please feel free to drop us questions at our Twitter, which is at WeekRogueAndCo, or our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. Drop a line in my underpants. I don't care.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Man, you're really opening it up for them.
Well, there's limits. They can drop stuff in my underpants, but actually sliding in there and gently placing it's a bit of a different story.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like,
it's gonna cost them money, or me money. I don't know. Depends on what the situation is. So yeah, but that's about it for entertainment. The only entertaining fact I have is that our Pathfinder group has met twice this weekend already, and with Martin Luther King
twice.
Day coming up tomorrow. Well, I wasn't able to participate Saturday. They had one today, so I joined in on that one over Skype. And they're having one tomorrow. Now, I've been sitting with my brother for the weekend because my mom had surgery and all. I'm not going to go into details because it's kind of, yeah. It's kind of, yeah. But, so I've been, here at my mom's place looking after my brother for the weekend. So I wasn't able to make it to the Saturday night game or the Sunday night one. Well, Sunday, for today, Sunday, as it is, we actually managed to get Skype and running for it so I could participate. The only problem is, at about 7 o'clock, I hit like 23 hours and I was dozing off. I finally just had to talk to him. I was like, yeah, you know what? That's it for me now. I ain't got no more in me. And I'm running on empty now, too. You can probably hear it in my voice, and if you saw me in person, you can see it in my eyes. As soon as my head hits a pillow, any pillow, I don't give a shit whose pillow it is, just a pillow. That's it, man. Nighty night. So, but, yeah, where's I going with this shit? Oh, right, so we're going to try to get together tomorrow, too, but whether or not I do it over Skype or not, I don't know, that depends on,
everything.
how my mom's feeling tomorrow and all that. So, this won't happen anytime soon, but I want to maybe see if the Pathfinder group will be willing to do some live streams of our campaigns.
Now
We're
that
not
would
this
be
campaign
fun.
because we're so far into it, and it just, there'd be just having too much explaining and shit like that for it. But I figure once we're done with this campaign, sometime down the road, when we get our current DM, we volunteered his wife, and Charles, the guy that we introduced as our host for New Year's party on New Year's, that we played a one-shot D&D game with.
That I totally fell asleep to.
Yeah. So the two wives, the only two girls that we have at our Pathfinder group right now, we've talked them into preparing to do a dual DM for us for our next campaign. So I'm not sure how the semantics of that are going to work out, but it should be good. It should be interesting. One's good with coming up with quests, and the other one's coming up with stories for stuff. So it should be entertaining. It really, really, hopefully should be. So I'll talk it out with them when I feel like we're getting closer to the end of the current campaign.
Yeah.
And then I'll see what I can work out. Hopefully, again, by then I can have a good camera. Maybe at that point, you might be able to hop back in to the new campaign. If you bring your Surface and all that, we might be able to live stream from that, do some recording of it too.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Or if we end up on Skype more than not, at that point, then we can do it that way. There's ways to do it. I'll try to work it out. It might come to the point of set up a camera at one point in the room, set a microphone in the middle of the table, and go with that. Only hard part about that is our current DM will probably do it at his place again, and they have a son, and he likes to eat the things.
Yes, he does.
Cute kiddo.
We call him a Borg because he.
I don't.
Well,
But I call him a troublemaker.
Well, he is that too, but we call him a Borg wannabe because he tried eating a USB cord while it was hooked up to his computer, and the computer came up and said device unrecognized, and
it does make me wonder about him. I mean, the first time we went over there for our first ever Pathfinder, we rolled our characters and all that, he was really animate on licking things, but he always kept coming back to the TV.
I love you, TV.
I love you, TV. Let me show you how they do that in France.
Ooh la la, yeah.
But yeah, so cute kid, cool kid, dangerous kid. Oh, I seen him accidentally fall off the back of the couch and headbutt somebody in soft spots.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Cute kid though. But yeah, so I don't know if that'll work or not. We might do a test run sometime to see how the setup would work. Again, I'm gonna look into cameras and all that and see if I can find a feasible and affordable one that can give us decent quality and all that, and better than the older ones that we have that are from like the 90s probably.
Yeah,
So
like I said, I had somebody at work watch a couple of our casts that we've done with that old camera, and he's like, "Seriously, are you guys using an old camcorder?" And I go,
it's retro.
"I'm like, yes. Why?" And that's why I told him, I'm like, "Retro." And he's like, "You're so fucked up." I'm like, "Yes.
Absolutely.
You haven't figured this out already?"
No, I didn't have to. I mean, necessarily because I could do retros because well, we don't have money. But
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
But
About that,
now that we are a company, we have better options.
yes.
And for what it's worth, I was talking to my brother about this the other day. He reminded me very distinctly that I will be 30 this year. And you know what?
What?
Normally, that'd bug the hell out of me. But at this point, I got something on people. Even if it's small, even if it may never make it anywhere, I am co-owner of a business before 30.
Yep.
So, I'll take it, man.
Well,
I'm happy and I'm proud. Granted, it said business is like 7 years in the making, but hey,
Hey.
sometimes things take time.
it
And we
does,
got there.
especially when you have a lack of funds to do such thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you have a lack of funds to do such a thing, it kind of hinders you a lot.
Yeah, a little.
Just a
lot,
little bit.
a lot, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like I was watching a TED Talk, and yes, I'm one of them geek nerds that watch TED Talks, and
I like that stuff.
he was one guy on there was talking about just that. He was talking about why your career will fail, and
Yeah.
he said because a lot of people just want a good one. They don't want a great one. And he said, do what's passionate. What brings you, what makes you boil? What makes you come alive? And he was talking about how, you don't want to be the guy, when you're in your 50s or whatever, talking to your kid, and he has a dream and you crush it. As ridiculous as that dream may be, I'm abstracting something, but if it seems ridiculous, support him in it. Him or her, support him. The
Yep,
kid.
I totally agree. I don't have kids.
Neither do I.
Lucky them, lucky world, right? But I've got some younger cousins who have always been important to me, and I've always done the best to try to, teach them how to do certain things in life. And a couple of them have told me plenty of times over the years about all their different dreams, whether they're good or not. Well, okay, there was some, like the oldest one, the boy, he wanted to be a gangster, he wanted to be in prison and all that shit.
Yeah.
I told him he was a moron and about slapped him. But
Well, okay.
but the middle child, the one I'm closest to, he's told me time and time again over the years about multiple different dreams he's had, and it's like, you know what? Go for it. I don't care what it is. Go for it. If it makes you happy, if it keeps you out of trouble, if it's anything other than being a criminal of any sort,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you have considered that as your future dream career, and I say go for it. So, it's you don't want to crush people like that. You tell them to go for it, and if they fail, and some people will, some people won't. But that's just part of life, And what you do after the failure is really what defines you at that point.
Yeah.
So,
Because it's like, you can look at it as a failure, or, you know, you, the way I look at it is you only really fail at it if you don't learn from it.
exactly. I was saying the same thing as you either look at it as a failure or you look at it as a learning experience. So, and and that's probably why I haven't gotten too far in my life. Is for the longest time I looked at a failure as a failure. I never really looked at it as a learning experience. And I started getting my brain to work more properly and said, well, this may be a failure to some people, but for me it's an experience. Good or bad, it's an experience. It's kind of like there's no such thing as bad publicity. An experience is an experience, and it
Yeah.
teaches you one way or the other. So, anyway,
Oh,
enough
I
about
have a
that.
story about bad publicity.
Go ahead.
I was, what was it? It was probably 2009, 2008, somewhere in there.
Right.
I was in Bloomington, of all places, and
Right.
a cop pulled me over. Now, keep in mind, at the time, that's when I had Krantz Computer Center, and
Right.
and I had my signs all over my car and stuff like that, and the cops write me out this ticket, and she hands it to me, and instead of being mean or however some people can be, I go, thank you. She goes, thank you. I go, oh yeah. I said, now people driving by, at least they saw my sign on my car. It's like I can either look at it as, oh shit, they're pulling me over, blah blah blah, or yeah, okay, yeah, I got pulled over, I got a ticket. Uh, my
But check out the phone information on the side of the
Yeah,
car so you can
please
put that
please
in for
look
your
at
all.
my please look at my sign and call me. Uh,
Please notice my illegal action so that you might call me for work.
Bad publicity? I think not. Anyway, I
Well,
diverge.
yes, but there's really no such thing as bad publicity.
Right.
Whether it's good or
I
bad or in between, you're still getting publicity.
right. That
So,
was my point.
yeah,
Anyway.
that's the great thing about it. Show business. That's why we're in it. Doesn't matter what we do.
Ooh,
Somebody's gonna like it or they're gonna hate it. Either way, we're gonna be known.
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, also, one other side project I had in mind. I got to present this to a couple people. There's at least 3 separate people in our Pathfinder group, and I know can draw really well.
Yeah.
Granted, all their art styles vary to 3 different types. I'd like to ask them sometime if they're willing. The other two, number 4 is one of them. The other 2, they work full time and all that, and they tend to be busy except for on the weekends. So I might not ever do this, but I was gonna consider the idea of seeing if I could work with all of them to do just small web comics. Personally, I think it could be fun to do web comics of the more interesting parts of our Pathfinder, adventures each week. I
Oh
think that'd
yeah.
be kind of cool. I mean, like today, our wizard died. He's the 3rd person to die in our group. He had enough money to get resurrected, but yeah,
How?
our magus accidentally when trying to hit the demon that our wizard had grappled by free can, something that's not normally his ability. He got good rolls. Unfortunately, some of the rolls that our magus got were good too, mixed with bad ones. So when she failed to cut uh, a wing off of the demon that our wizard was wrestling, she accidentally cut the wizard's hand off instead.
Oh no.
And then when the demon had the wizard at claw point at his throat, and warned us and told us to stop or he dies, I kind of
Okay.
shot a spell at the demon anyway.
Wow.
Technically, in a very, well, in a sort of indirect way, I got our wizard killed. I guess that's what he gets for always willingly opening up fireballs on me when I'm in close quarter with a creature or something. Because nobody likes the cleric. Not even his team members. No.
Man.
Yeah. But it is interesting. So, just saying, like things like that could be neat to have.
Oh, yeah.
You could actually get those kind of things going to be pretty cool. And who knows, maybe we'll just get like fan art instead if we actually do live streams. There's a
Oh,
lot
that'd
of
be
things
cool.
I'd love to do for entertainment and stuff like that. There's so many things in mind for all of us. And so right now, it's just going to see how some things work out, and if we get us hurt, I'm hoping that we gain momentum and never stop.
Well, yeah, me too.
But with that covers entertainment and a few other things, and my personal momentum has come to a halt. So we are probably over a half hour or so in, and
44 minutes.
How long?
44.
I made it longer than I thought it would. Holy shit!
Yeah, you did. I'm proud of you.
You've got a few things in here that you can rant on about for a good another hour, probably.
I could, but I may not go for an hour. But I'll rant on about it for a while.
Just remember, don't rant too much about tech stuff. That's how you get.
Well, that's fine.
Smack you in the back of the head.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Now I'm gonna try and do the loading screen.
Ah, man.
Have I told? Have we talked about that at all?
I don't think so.
On here? Okay. Well, the idea is, and I don't know, I kind of remember maybe you saying something about it.
Yeah, you did, but it was a while ago.
A while ago? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll reiterate. I'll say it again. It's fine. Loading screen is an idea that Lucian and I came up with.
I just heard it. That's all.
Well, I don't know, you kind of helped refine it, I think, a little bit. But anyway, the idea of this is that rather than take up a lot of time on the Repcast, talking about cool new tech and whatever, like how I just overviewed what a couple, like one cool thing at CES and told you how it worked, The loading screen, however, I could, devote like an hour, or so to explaining.
Shorten up your idea there. It's basically you get to sit there and do your tech talk. You get to go into detail and all that, and whoever wants to watch it can, whoever doesn't want to, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's your problem, not mine, man. But yeah, so we'll get that thread mentioned too. You could take the couple tech topics you have and totally run with that for your first ever load stream. I'm fine with that. That's just more for you, man.
That'd be
I need to
fun.
go to bed. So, no Reddit questions this week because no phone just one. But I'll save up some for next week and we'll get into a couple. I've got some saved up that could be pretty entertaining. So, that should be fun-ish, probably, I guess. Sort of, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, sure. And, in the meantime, actually I also had this other thing I wanted to do too, but damn, that's okay, I don't care.
You what now?
So in the meantime, I will, there's another thing I wanted to do for fun, but, you know what, if we have a chance this week, I might just do this in a separate, smaller video or something.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Maybe. We'll see. If not, we'll get to it in the next podcast. It's because it's on entertaining as hell. So for now, blah blah blah, usual end banter. My babies, your babies have them, I'll have them, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm too tired to go out properly, and now I got dogs barking. Because dogs are dumb sometimes, especially these dogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
your dogs are
from
more.
Lucian, for the time being, I'd like to thank you for getting this far in the podcast. Please continue to listen to the
Woo!
board, and that's actually on video. Uh, he's not as boring as he seems, but he's a little stale. No.
Oh, come on.
So, I will talk to you guys next week, in which case, you know, different circumstances allowing, I should be back on video again.
Yes.
So you can look at
So
my
he'll be
pretty face.
he'll be like next to me, and Wiggles will be somewhere behind us,
On my left.
or in his lap or something. I don't know.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
usually do.
Yeah.
You know.
So, thanks for listening this far. Please continue to listen to Load Failure. He's a bit of an idiot, but
Oh
he's a good
boy.
guy.
Oh come on.
Oh, okay. So you're not a good guy. Fine, whatever.
No, I wasn't saying that I wasn't a
I
good
know,
guy.
I'm just gonna use
Jeez,
that.
man.
But yeah. Oh, also, real quick, Valentine's Day is coming up. So, for all those that are going to be celebrating Valentine's Day, eat shit and die.
Damn.
That, or let's go back. Hashtag Lucy and Love on Twitter. I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So yeah, y'all have a good Martin Luther King Jr. Day. For those of you that got lucky enough to have a day off or half a day or whatever, you enjoy that, and Oh, also since February's coming up, enjoy Black History Month. It's right up there with the rest of the history that I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Later, Load.
Hey, see you, Lucian.
Bye.
Bye. Well, people, it's just you and me. She don't count. She don't pay attention. No, anyway. So, more tech news. I don't know if it's tech news or just news, but MIT's website earlier this week, last week, somewhere in there, got hacked by by Anonymous, and I mean seriously, you hack MIT. There's geniuses there, people. No. Anyway, the thing is that, and I know guys who've done this, take down like the Church of Scientology's website, or something like that, just to make them mad. I'm not really sure what Anonymous's point is of hacking MIT's website, because I don't know if they realize this or not, but most people who go to MIT can hack all their computers with one. I mean it's like, I don't know. I'm good at what I do. I'm not MIT good at what I do. And I don't know. Can I'm gonna rant a little bit about the word hack. Oh my gosh. Seriously, why do we call them hackers? I mean, because they're not modifying anything for a purpose. That's what hacking actually means. Hacking actually means that you're changing something to improve it, like the mods in like Minecraft or something like that. That's a hack. Okay, that's a improvement or a change on what's already there. Or Half-Life. You had modders come in, you got Counter-Strike. That was a hack. What is it? The old Amigos. I've seen people that have hacked those. They'll put solid state hard drives in it. They'll put RAM expansions in it. I think the Amigas from the 90s, they put like HDMI in it, and they put like they put like insane hardware, USB ports and stuff like that. That is hacking. What Anonymous did is called cracking. Okay? Get because you gotta crack security code to bypass firewalls and things like that, Anywho, I'm not gonna banter on that, it's not really worth too much time, and besides, I don't want to get Anonymous mad and come try and hack me, and nor would I challenge it, just because I don't want to deal with it. Okay, what else have we got? Microsoft is got a dilemma apparently, with they're planning Windows 9. They're talking about possibly making it free. If I read the information correctly, if you guys know, leave me a comment, email me, let me know, hey, Load, you got it wrong, this is it. I'll be like, okay, and I'll talk about it, next podcast. It's fine. I if you never noticed, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. I kind of like, I don't mind being wrong. Let me think here. What else have we got? Oh my gosh, yes. Net neutrality. It is no more. No more at all. Okay. Net neutrality. For those of you who do not know, net neutrality means that they want that all packets should be treated the same. Well, that's a good idea in practice, from like the early 90s on up, before we had media or streaming media, YouTube, Netflix, stuff like that, where now we're downloading gigs and gigs and gigs of data, and the backbones of these companies, the ISPs, well, they just can't keep up. That's why we experienced a slowdown, because somebody, on a Verizon network or a Comcast network will, say, hey, I feel like, watching Netflix all day, or you might have an entire household that every room is streaming Netflix. Well, if you have several people in a household and several households that do that, well, that slows down the internet for everybody else. Originally, when DSL came out, I remember myself, the 56K modem days. I wasn't in it very long, thank God. But I do remember them. And it took like forever to load your email, or anything like that. And then DSL came out, and said, hey, we'll give you a whopping 1 meg, 1.5 meg connection. And everybody was like, yeah, and they could do LAN games, over the internet, and things like that. And that, other than that, that's what really took up a lot of bandwidth, whatever. Other than that, people were kind of looking at the same content. I don't remember any video, so to speak of, or any streaming video, but now, the companies, the ISPs are having this dilemma, where they're saying, hey, okay, a lot of people want these services from like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube. They want to be able to use Xbox Live, PS3, whatever their network is, Steam, whatever. And all these guys are using a tier 3 network. Now I'm getting super geek here, right? Tier 3 is what Netflix or Hulu or whatever, they would buy this, right? So they would get a package with like, I don't know, 25, 50 gigs, right? Well, then you got an ISP that is tier 1. They sell you, 1.5 or 7 or 10 meg connection. There's like something that interconnects the two together and whatever, and I'm not gonna get too geeky technical about it. If you want to know more about it, look up Eli the computer guy. He has a Daily Blob, Daily Blob show, and his show from the 15th of January, I think he talks about it more in general, or way more in detail than what I will, and I'm not gonna get too much more technically into it, but anyway, the court case, it actually wound up going to court, because the whole thing is that they want that you have Netflix and all these guys going, you need to upgrade your infrastructure, and you have your ISPs going, who's gonna pay for it, and so they're going, it's going to either come to the customer or go to them, and they were trying to rally people saying, hey, they're trying to do this, and these guys are trying to rally people saying, hey, they're doing this, and anyway, it wound up going to a court. It got ruled that that they can basically have companies pay for have companies like Netflix and Google and whatever, pay them so much for upgrading infrastructure and whatever, because they're saying, hey, we're just providing. If you want to provide your services, reach your customers, then you guys have to give us something, to upgrade our infrastructure so that everything will work. Because that we're running, quite frankly, out of room on stuff, it seems like. I know even here where I live, I literally have a backbone connection in one of those great big fiber optic trunk lines, probably a block away. Sometimes, though, my internet connection is so slow, and I've been fortunate now. It's been better than it has before and whatever. So, let me see here. What else have we got? I didn't want to get too much into that, but that's all that really was talking about. It's mainly, the way I see it, the cost is still going to come to us, the consumer of these services, which, if we want them, we'll pay for them. That's the way I look at it. It's like Netflix. I love Netflix. Netflix is good. I'm a massive nerd they have Star Trek on instant play, and I just nerd out. I've seen, I've gone all the way from the original series all the way up through Voyager. You know, um, I've actually said that I didn't need to buy the entire series on DVD because it's on Netflix. I'm paid like what, $12-15 a month and get anything I want to watch. And Hulu though, I don't know. I used to use Hulu back in '09, somewhere '09, 10, somewhere like that, and I liked it, but I don't know. They had good shows on for a while, and then they started making you have to sign up. Then they started making you have to pay to watch the good shows you want to watch, and eventually you just say, you know what, it's easier for me to go to sci-fi.com or sciencechannel.com, cbs.com, or whatever and watch it directly off their website, which is fine with me. Of course, if you want to watch the primetime stuff, not so much. They still kind of make you log in and pay and whatever, which if you're like me and you don't watch a lot of TV, like actual dish or whatever. I used to, but I kind of work a lot. So streaming is good for me. What else have we got? Okay, first grader told to stop talking about the Bible. This kid, I don't have the website up in front of me. I'm sorry. I've got about 3 different computers in front of me doing different, or 2 different computers in front of me all doing different things. One recording, one with my notes, and the one recording has my web links and whatever. So if you want to look it up, look it up. But anyway, first grader was told to stop talking about the Bible. Apparently, some little girl was assigned, or her class was assigned to do a 1-minute presentation on something. Okay, and she chose Bible. Fair enough. Why not? A 1-minute presentation on some. There was no specifications to this. It just was whatever. Apparently she started giving this, and teacher just goes, stop, you're done, sit down. How fair is that? I mean, like, if a Muslim kid gets up, starts talking about Allah and Mecca and all that, they wouldn't have been shut down. If a Jewish kid got up, I don't know, they kind of hate us Christians and Jews about the same, it seems. They may not have even been told to sit down. If a Buddhist got up and talked about it, they may not have even been told to sit down. They probably been like, I'm so enlightened. Whatever. I don't know. And so anyway, the rant that I have for this is that we're not treated equally anymore. I mean, we are not treated equally at all in this country. It's like if you're a real Christian, you try to exercise true tolerance of stuff. And it seems like nowadays people have a zero tolerance for people that want to talk about Jesus. Why? What's so wrong about Jesus? Come on. Really? Is there really something that bad? The argument could be made, oh, well, what there's nothing beyond this and whatever, and my response is, what if it is? And they're like, well, I guess I'll find out. And, my logical mind goes, well, wouldn't it stand to reason that since Christianity basically changes your mind, helps you want to do better, and I'm not gonna get into that because that can lead down a slippery slope and a big long debate that never gets resolved. Apparently, I don't know why. I would love it to be resolved. Yeah. If any of you want to hear, more about my views and all that, go back to the first podcast or Repcast and listen to us, because and if you got genuine questions, email me. That's email me, private message me, whatever. Okay. We talked about net neutrality. The first grader got stopped for her Bible, her talking about the Bible. Alright, let's talk about Obama. Oh, God. He's at it again, folks. His mouth opens, writes checks that he just can't cash. He wants to, he tries, but he kind of fails. He's succeeding, but now people have caught on to, more people have caught on to what he's doing and gone, okay, you need to stop, just saying. Okay, apparently, Obama was actually quoted for saying this. You can find this in any media. I don't care where you look, it's there. But he basically said, I've got a pen, I've got a phone. And that's how he was talking, and that was in reference to executive orders. He trying to get around Congress. He's like, oh, Congress won't work with him. I'm like, well, if you actually do something that makes sense, that'd be good. But you don't. I mean, granted, Congress still don't do things that make sense. They're still acting like a bunch of children. But, when you got a president that says, all I need is a pen, and a phone, and I can get around Congress. I go, why? You guys are supposed to work together. And, what was it? Yesterday, he started changing his tune. Apparently he realized that, oh crap, I'm letting my Hitler, my Stalin attitude, really come out, and I'm like I said, I voted for the guy the first time. I didn't vote for him the second time. There goes stuff. Reason being, he is not doing a good job. There's a lot of stuff that, it's like, okay, you promised to do this, but why'd you promise? I never understand this, why they promise to do it. They can't do it. It's like, and it's like they have billions of dollars of a budget, a fictitious budget, but budget, um, to analyze all this stuff, to take opinion polls of things, to whatever they're all gonna do, to figure out how to make it work. And when they see that, hey, people want it, but they want something that'll work, but they don't want what you're offering because they understand it won't work. And that's something that a lot of people are starting to finally understand, thank God, is that a lot of what he's doing just isn't working. We're turning into a socialist state more and more. I don't get me wrong. As a Christian, I like helping people. I like, giving money. Believe it or not, I like giving my money away. What was it? I told boss one time, because we were talking about money and stuff, and I actually told him, I said, well, I make so much in abundance, what am I gonna do with it except waste it, on stuff that I don't need? Yeah, and so I just give it away. And but this welfare stuff, is just gone way too far. People are figuring out how to work the system. People are taking advantage of it. Our government's starting to get to the point where they are favoring the illegal immigrants more than the actual citizens and things like that, and it's running us into the ground. There's been more money spent on Obamacare, trying to get it up and running, and there's just to get it up and running than what it would have took just to fix the system we had. I don't know. Yeah, I was told one time that if it makes sense, they're not gonna do it, and that's with about any huge corporation. Our government, I see as one big corporation. They're just a machine. They eat it and they spit out their product, which I don't even know what their product is or what you would call it. I just call it a bunch of not good. And with him talking or just making it known that, if he wants to get around Congress, all he has to do is write something out and make a phone call, I go, nope, you've overstepped your bounds, sir. That is not what executive orders were meant for. So, hopefully, when he is out of office, the next person who I would hope is smarter, a little bit more wise, will actually go in and just take these executive orders and go, because they're foo-foo. Another thing is that they found out. You get me started on Obama administration, you're gonna hear about it for a while. I'm probably losing viewers. I'm sorry, but it's got to be said. The Benghazi thing, I feel like we're beating a dead horse. It's like nothing's happening. We all know it was a scandal. More's coming out about it. I don't care anymore. I don't. Quit telling me about it and just handle it internally. That's a good thing. Internally is perfectly acceptable. as long as it gets taken care of. You know, what else have we got? Oh yeah, um, the it's now in question about whether Congress was actually in recess. Last year, I think it was, um, when Obama passed or pushed through a lot of different stuff, and if they were not in recess, if it was not actually logged as recess, the stuff they passed through will be repealed, or should be repealed, from what I've read. Um, oh yeah, speaking of more stuff, apparently now Obama is saying something about how they're going to do restructure the NSA's data mining. So now they're not even trying to hide the fact that they're data mining and listening to our phone calls and whatever. I mean, like, what was it back in October, September, I don't know. It was somewhere in there. That they actually wound up hacking or not hacking. I'm sorry. I caught myself in my own thing that I ranted about earlier. They wound up cracking Tor. If nobody knows what Tor is, a it's a secure a web browser that uses a bunch of proxy servers to hide the identity of whoever wants to use it. It was originally developed for the Navy and things like that, and they turned around and gave it to the people. People took this because what you can do is you can either browse HTTP websites, or you can browse what's coined the deep web, and you can go to these what's called a onion site, and what is it, sites like the Silk Road, and places like that have been took down. They finally cracked it and they took it down, which in my opinion, I'm not gonna shed any tears over it. I don't, great. That's the stuff NSA should be doing. Not spying on me because I'm talking about Obama and his regime and, all this bullcrap. But, actually figuring out all these things, that people are doing covertly, not openly. What else? That's actually about it on my list. Let me think. We're at an hour and 17. Have any of you guys said anything to me? Alright. Aw, it's so sad. Well, either I'm not seeing it, or you guys really haven't commented, or I haven't had viewers. Either way. Alrighty then. See here. Oh yeah. So, we've been having fun. And we hope to continue having fun with you guys. Sorry, I keep looking at this camera here. I got a camera up here. I'm sorry, people. I got one for live streaming and I got one for recording. And I keep looking at the one for recording. That one I won't say doesn't matter, but anyway. Hopefully I can get it fixed where I have two cameras side by side and I don't even have to worry about that no more. That'll be good. Um, but yeah, we're very excited about this. Yeah, I'm going to tell on myself a little bit. The paperwork I did, I had to. I sent once into the state, and it got right through. And then I sent the rest to the county, and I bet I did it about 5 or 6 times, all telling me mistakes I'd made and whatever. Yeah, and it wasn't like legal mistakes. It was actually in like the spacing and whatever they were bickering about, and so they wanted me to do a cover page. So I've got another company. I think I've talked about this, Illinois Technical Solutions, and so I pulled out the other paperwork. I looked at that cover page that my lawyer had drawn up. I said, okay, cool. So I got on my computer, banged it out, printed it out, sent it. 3 days later, I got it back. And, saying that, that they weren't able to do it, and that I needed to space it down and whatever. And they're like, and they were nice in the fact that they actually sent me a cover page. They're like, here, just fill this out and send it back. I said, oh, that's great. So I did it, sent it back. Well, when I sent it, I sent this, was today the 19th? Yeah, today is the 19th. So I sent it the 19th, and I sent it at the beginning of January, I think. Somewhere in there. But it took them like 2 weeks. Took them like 2 weeks to process it. And I kept getting a little antsy. I kept going, are they going to send it back? Are they going... Because... Now, let me explain this. I work third shift. A full-time job, third shift. So by the time I get home, I'm winding down. I'm almost ready for bed. Well, by the time the county clerk's office or county recorder office is opening, I'm wanting to go to sleep. So I just kept mailing this paperwork, where I know, and I have thought about this, several times, where if I would have just gone down and just handed them the papers, it would have just been done. I could have fixed whatever errors, and I could have saved myself a lot of heartache, but oh well. Like number 4 said, that I have plenty of practice now. And, well, I don't know if I'll be forming other companies in the near future or what, but at least I know how it works now. I know that, I need to space it down, about quarter of a page and whatever on my header or cover. Excuse me. So, I just kind of thought that was pretty funny. What was it? I I had a pretty long weekend. Really, I stayed up 24 hours. Friday. No, I think I stayed up 27 hours Friday. And that was harsh. It went from 7 p.m. Thursday evening to about 7 p.m. Friday. I tell you what, I was hurting. I even went out and I had a couple of drinks and whatever. Because what was going on is my mom's birthday is coming up, and so we do what's called a birthday week, right? Where we take like a week or whatever, and we just have a week of celebrating. Well, Friday was the start, since, I'm off, I consider that my weekend, and so we just started, and Mom wasn't expecting it till Saturday, and I'm like, hey, I really would like to take you out for breakfast. So we went out to breakfast, and we went to a Cracker Barrel and went to go see Jack Ryan, and and stuff like that, and took care of some actual business for my computer business. Oh, I got the mail. That was our paperwork that came back. Now I was so excited. As tired as I was, I just couldn't sleep. I called Lucian. I called number 4, and I don't know. You know how you kind of get these ideas of doing things and they don't quite work out. That was what happened tonight. Not to say that this wasn't good. It turned out that Lucian stayed up late, had to go take care of his brother. Number 4 is not feeling well at all. In my mind, I was like, you know what? It'd be great. Have our first official podcast as We Grow Entertainment Co. And all 3 of us could be here, and I would get like some Moscato or champagne or something. I don't know. Maybe next week. I don't know. Anyway, it is an hour and 30 minutes, people. Invisible people, I love you to death. I thank you. We couldn't make this work without you. I wish you were a little bit more vocal. But, that'll take time. Like I said, when I call you invisible people, you can see me. I can't see you. So, you're invisible to me. But yeah, no, seriously, please leave us comments on our website. We have suggestions of content page. Register. Feel free to leave us a comment on our YouTube page, on our what is that thing called? Facebook page. Had a brain fart. And yeah. we just we have fun doing what we do, and it's gonna be a fun time including you guys in it. Like I said, I keep looking at the camera. I'm sorry, live streaming people, if I don't. Yeah, I feel maybe I should have had my camera here in retrospect. Anywho. Oh yeah. If you guys didn't notice, Wiggles got an eye. She has her eye on you. Alright, people. I, a low failure 404, will not see you next week. But you will see me. Yeah,